So if you don't know, Richard Sherman is going to be joining Skip Bayless and Undisputed for 50 to 100 shows a year, which is not really a whole lot. I would imagine that Undisputed, they do upwards of 300 shows a year. I'm guessing 365 in a day. It didn't seem like Shannon Sharpe and Skip took a lot of time off, but he's going to be joining mostly for football season. They kick off the show on August 28th, and that's right in between preseason and the start of the regular season. And then you're going to have like maybe a carousel type of thing. They're looking at Keyshawn Johnson and some of the other people that have been laid off from ESPN. But what it's telling me is that it ain't adding up to what Shannon Sharpe is. And I know they still heard about letting him walk out the door. But, hey, that's what happens when you let somebody like Skip disrespect somebody as good as Shannon Sharpe at this job. But it is what it is. They moving on. They trying to go in a new direction. They picking Sherman because it's obviously fireworks from the time that Sherman was like, I'm better at life than you. And they had some sparks there going back and forth about how good he was in his career. So they're trying to drum up that same spark here on the show to get some controversy and figure, is that going to match as far as sports analysts? But I don't know if Sherman is as up to the job as Shannon Sharpe is. Shannon Sharpe seems to be very dedicated to the sports analytics side of the game and stats and knowing this and being prepared. So we got to see if that is going to work as far as the back and forth. And can Sherman hold the show and be as entertaining? Because we all know Skip is as dry as 3 slices of bread and calling it a sandwich. You understand what I'm saying? Skip ain't got no lettuce, tomatoes, no syrup sandwich or nothing. He dry, man. Not entertaining. So he's trying to find someone to give a spark. And he has to have the black and white thing because he wants people to bring the black culture to the show. As you know, Lil Wayne has been added on the show as well. For Fridays, Lil Wayne is going to be doing every Friday 1 segment a week. And just like May said, he said Lil Wayne, he's trying to pick a token black guy to bring the black culture over to the show and eat off that. You know what I'm saying? So this is why he always goes for black counterparts, it seems like.
I'm not for it.
Yo,
but I know you know Lil Wayne.
No, listen. I was just waiting for you to finish. Listen.
I'm totally not for it.
I'm 100%.
I don't think anybody that got any kind of culture should go up there with Skip. He's not going to pay them. He's number one. He's not going to pay them. And there's going to be a token black guy where he can make some cash off.
And so with that being said, we kind of have to imagine that he places Richard Sherman in the same token black guy kind of category. It's kind of reminiscent of Vlad TV when he disrespected Minister Louis Farrakhan and then was stubborn and wouldn't apologize. And then black folk was like, you know what, we going to boycott this. And then you still had token black people that still kept running to the show and keep running to the show to this day to get a check or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It kind of reminiscent of that. Now it's similar but not the same. Like Skip is definitely not worse than Vlad or even on the same plane as Vlad. It's to a lesser degree with the Skip and Shannon thing because Skip ain't out here actively starting beefs with black folk and then eating off of black death and then, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that deep to that degree, but the disrespect and the audacity is to the same degree. Like he thought that he could disrespect Shannon Sharpe or talk to him crazy and then double down, be stubborn and not apologize and it'd be okay. When Shannon Sharpe is the one bringing the culture to the show, when Shannon Sharpe is the talent, when Shannon Sharpe is the entertainment of the show. And as far as I remember, it was never as egregious with Stephen A. Smith. I think he gave Stephen A. Smith a chance, and I don't remember them having any big blow-ups where he disrespected Stephen A. Smith. And then the same thing, he gave Shannon Sharpe a chance because he knew his lane. He knew he was dry, so he knew he needed guys like Stephen A. or Shannon Sharpe to be the entertainment of the show. But the thing is, after he gave these guys a chance, they took full advantage of it. And people started to see that they were that good. It's a little different. I think Stephen A. probably peaked more after him and Skip parted ways, but Shannon Sharpe was peaking during their stint. And I think Skip got a little jealous and had to be like, oh, I'm going to remind you, like, this is my show. That white stubbornness started to come out of him. And then where you going to disrespect and then double down on your disrespect. But you just let the biggest talent that you've ever came across walk out the door because you're being honorary. So it is what it is. You won that battle, but you lost the war. So we will have to see how Skip Bayless plays with his new friends and Lil Wayne and Richard Sherman and possibly Keyshawn Johnson. Do you think Makes was right about token black guys? You know, we have to see if it's going to be entertaining and how it plays out. I'm interested to see if Richard Sherman will be able to hold his own as Shannon Sharpe did, because it takes a lot, like I say, to be prepared as Shannon was in stats and analytics, and to know all of that and to be able to regurgitate it on show, on spot, and do it in an entertaining fashion. Now, they have the firework aspect as far as, like I say, when him and Skip, Sherman and Skip got into it back in the day, and Sherman was like, I'm better at life than you. So you have that back and forth that people are remembering to now they want to translate that into the show. But is Sherman going to be able to hold the crowd like that and be as entertaining? Because, like I say, we all know how dry Skip is. You know what I'm saying? So it remains to be seen. I don't know. Is it going to last? Is it worth watching? And I got to admit, I will tune in slightly. I ain't going to say that I'm not going to watch it all, but I probably will tune in slightly just to see if it's worth watching, with if Sherman can really hold his own and really bring something to the table as far as entertainment and knowing sports and talking a good game. But I'm going to be honest, I don't see this move as a home run. Is it probably one of the only or one of the better choices Skip probably could have had to make? I mean, you got to work what you got to work with, right? But is it a home run out the park? Like, oh, I'm tuning in, I'm watching? No. I'm tuning in. I probably will tune in for some Lil Wayne segments to see if he actually, because they say he's so deep into sports. But the segments that I seen of him before, when Shannon was on the show, I mean, he wasn't that impressive to me. That made me like, oh, he may like to talk sports, but it wasn't as impressive. So if it wasn't that impressive then, man, I don't know how it translates now. But we shall see. But I'm really interested to see where Shannon Sharpe is going to go and who is going to be his sparring partner. I don't think it's kind of the same coin here, just on the flip side. I don't think it's many people that would that I think of that comes to mind that could match well with Shannon Sharpe. I don't. It's just you hate him or love him, however you feel about him. I think he's that good at the job, and I'm having a hard time drawing as far as who you would place there to debate him and have some good conversations with. I'm sure there are plenty out there, but I guess I got to admit, I didn't listen to most analysts. Like Stephen A. Smith, I don't listen to him as much. Like I can't. His style sometimes it doesn't make me tune in. First Take, a lot of the guys, Keyshawn Johnson, Kendrick Perkins, it's cool, but it's not that entertaining to me. It don't make me tune in to hear what they got to say about certain things. And why I always don't love his delivery. I mean, Stephen A. Smith worked hard, and he is a big dog in the game. So if you had to pick someone, I'm guessing Stephen A. Smith. And of course, there's some white counterparts that are also on big dog status. Pat McAfee is one that been named. I just haven't consumed enough of their content to know their style and how they get down. But I'm definitely interested to see who they would pick to debate and verbally spar with Shannon Sharpe, because for me, he is the big dog in the pond. He the go-to for sports analytics and stats and being able to regurgitate it on the spot and debate and make it entertaining all at the same time. But the only thing that I would say that was getting old about Shannon Sharpe and Skip was the subject matter. They kept talking about the same things, you know what I'm saying? So that would get a bit old, where it was constantly a cycle of LeBron and the Lakers and the Cowboys and Dak, and it seemed to be revolving around the same talking points, where they have the same arguments and this, that, and another. Tom Brady, and you know what I'm saying? So hopefully they learn from that. I don't know if Skip is learned from that, and we're gonna see going forth what that's gonna be. But I hope Shannon has learned from that as well. Like, yo, spread this out, man. Talk about some other stuff. Talk about some other teams, this, that, and other, some other players. Give us more content and more stuff to consume because when you have the same argument over it, it starts to get a little bit repetitive. But yeah, I'm still waiting to see where Shannon is going to land and what type of show they're going to put together and what type of debate format they're going to have for him to be in, and who is going to debate. Is it going to be a single partner, or is it going to be like a carousel type of thing? But hey, we shall see. But this your boy P Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.